Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, Podcast Pete, and certified high performance coach. It is Relationship Matters Day. Every Thursday, we will bring either content to help you grow in your relationship journey, or we will have others as guests that can bring you perspective of how important relationships are to the growth of yourself personally and your business. So this morning or today, whenever you're listening to it, we're going to talk about how to level up. 3 tips to activate it now. And when we say level up, I don't know if you've ever heard the phrase, people towards the last chapters of their life will say, I only have one friend, true friend. Well, that's sad in itself because life is relationships. But if we're not intentional about how we build relationships and what we do to level up our relationships, we will get to the end of life and have that phrase, only have 1, 2 true good friends. You can have more. Now, how many more depends on you. Depends on what steps you're taking now. And I'm going to give you a training. Stay with me to the end, because if you stay with me to the end, you're going to get a gift. A gift, my gift to you for the holidays, my gift to you to level up. It's a $97 program. I'm going to give it to you. We're going to talk about it because I want you to gain the concept, the framework, the understanding, because we all have 24 hours. Nobody has less, nobody has more. But how we prioritize those 24 hours will determine the quality of your relationships. You can't see me. I'm one in a wheelchair that I had at Shepherd. I don't use it every day, but I use it to remind me of how far I've come. Almost 4 years ago, I had a stroke. Today, I can't even get this, like this one goes way up. This one doesn't go as high. So always working on it, like your relationships. You got to be always thinking about leveling up. You've heard it in the past, and you hear it quite frequently. You're the sum of the 5 people that you hang around the most. You hang around drug dealers, you're going to be into drugs. You hang around people that drink excessively. There's nothing wrong with some cocktails, but I'm just saying excessively abusing it. You're going to be more likely to be an alcoholic or have a problem with drinking. You hang around toxic people, you're going to be toxic. You hang around people that complain and whine, you'll probably be a whiner and a complainer. So choosing your friends wisely. That's why this session that I'm with you on Level Up Your Peer Group is going to be so critical, that we intentionally pour in. You'll see like, I haven't talked to you in 10 years. Well, that's because you prioritize that. And sometimes those are the type of people you don't need to talk to every day. But the ones that pour into you, that encourage you, that inspire you, that help you to see the truth, that follows the same values you have. Maybe it's integrity, honesty, kindness, servanthood. I just left every Thursday morning. I go to Rotary, North Cobb. I'm here in the Atlanta area with people that are special. They're serving the community. They're serving others. And they're making an impact. And those are the kind of people, that's the only thing I go to. I'm not all over going to every networking event because I don't have to be everywhere. I just have to be somewhere. And somewhere with what we're doing here with our community is online. So I'm writing a book, going to finish it up, hopefully this month. I'm going to focus, I'm going to work, and I'm going to get it done. But it's around the concept. I wrote the book, Reputation Matters. And that's to the online, that's the physical world. Like what your reputation, what people say about you, through your reviews, through how you hold yourself, the integrity, the honesty, the way you do things, it matters. But now the opportunity has switched. I say local is 20% of your reputation, and 80% is your global reputation, meaning your online reputation. So if you doing great things locally, but then somebody looks you up and they can't find anything, you're a best kept secret. So maybe you need to lean into next year being a key person of influence online, making sure people could go on a journey with you, putting content out there that people can know, like, and trust. It doesn't go away. The book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, was written about influencing people, win friends. Leveling up is winning the type of people you want to be around and you want to intentionally pour into. So when it comes to the projects that Rotary's involved with in the community, you can select the ones that you like, that you want to make an impact, and you can go out there and serve. So when you come to a Thursday morning, we just had the mayor of our city, Derek Easterly, speak at our Rotary, who's been 11 years serving Kennesaw, pouring himself into making Kennesaw a better place to live. And you get those kind of speakers. You get 35 to 40 projects going on at any given time, and nobody's sitting there just yelling and screaming about how good they are. They're just going out there and serving. And serving matters. Leadership matters. Community matters. Relationships matter. Every single day, 6 days a week, I take off on Sunday. 6 days a week. Monday is Motivation Matters. Tuesday, Marketing Matters. Wednesday, which was yesterday, Community Matters. Thursday, Relationships Matter. Friday, Mindset Matters. And last Saturday is Leadership Matters. So we're going to bring you in each of those categories the best we can find, either through their own podcast or being a guest on a podcast. So let's get in. Okay, let me get into some teaching now. Stay with me, and you got yourself a $97 course. Okay, level up your peer group. Okay, I have it right next to me because it's going to be hard to see it, but you're going to want to just follow us. Okay, there's 3 things. 1, see the circle. That circle, you put yourself in the middle. It just says Podcast B. But every time I hear that, I laugh. Okay, so the first ring of your circle is family. So you can't see it, but imagine family. Draw a circle. Draw a circle. I'm going to have you do 5 circles. So the first circle, your inner circle, is your family. Okay. Pour into your family. A lot of people will be so busy they haven't called their mom or their dad because they're watching Netflix 4 hours a day, TV, scrolling TikTok videos, whatever it is. They're busy doing other things except relationships, and your family matters. So spend time, call them, talk to them, be around them. So family first. Second's going to be your close friends. Close friends. Those are the kind of people you want to build a relationship with. And I'm going to give you some questions asked. You'll see them on the screen there. And when you see the course, you'll understand it'll be laid out 5 sessions for you so you can dive further in to leveling up your peer group. So when you look at close friends, you might say, and I'm going to go into some of the questions and we'll kind of use all of them at the same time. I told you 3 tips, but there are 3 things with the training. What do you need? First question. Who would they love to meet? What do they love to do? Sometimes you're always talking football to your friends, but you're not asking deeper questions. Deeper questions, deeper relationships. So once you get beyond the weather and sports, what else are you finding out about your close friends? Who do they love the most? Who do they love the most? Are you thinking? Are you thinking of your close friends? Are you asking these questions? These are the questions that go deeper into a meaningful relationship. And then last might be, what do you need from me in the coming weeks? What do you need from me in the coming weeks? So you're looking at your close friends, you get beyond the weather and sports, and you go deeper. And you have these questions, they're in the training, so you'll be able to kind of use it. You don't have to remember them. You can write them down. It's good to take notes. Your brain gets wired when we take notes. I'm a journaler from ever since I had my stroke. I have 16 plus journals. I have a big journal, I have a small journal, I have a digital journal. I have a question every day type journal. It's over 5 years. And so you can see the answers from the previous year. A phenomenal journal. Some friends gave it to me. It was a beautiful gift because it'll be a gift I'll use for 5 years. Okay. So now you have clients. You've heard it before, but my clients are my best friends. And that should be the case. But you have to pour into them. What do they need? Who do they love? Who would they love to meet? What do they love to do? Who do they love the most? Again, beyond weather and sports, deeper, more meaningful. And I try to have 5 meaningful conversations. And next year, as I start getting better with how I do things, I'm going to be more aware of these questions. Do I ask these questions each time? No. Would you have to ask them off? I mean, look, it would look like an interrogation if you went down every question. Hey, let me get another one. Just have conversations. Maybe take one of them, 2 of them, the most, but rotate them, so you're in touch with them. Oh, I have somebody. Let me see. Oh, dang, it's Kimberly. Yes, Kimberly. Hey, Kimberly. Maybe you'll ask me a question. I love it when you ask me a question. Missed you at Rotary today. The mayor of Kennesaw spoke, not the mayor of Alcorn. Okay, let me get back to the next ring. Coworkers. Have a deeper relationship with your coworkers by asking them, what do they need? What do they love? Who would they love to meet? What do they love to do? Again, beyond weather and sports, go deeper. More meaningful conversations, deeper relationships. You set aside time to invest in your relationships. Prioritize your week in such a way that you can pour in and find out more. Most people are so busy, they say, I don't have time to do that. Well, those are the people at the end of their life have 1, maybe 2 friends. You don't want to be in that. You want to start now. Prioritizing your relationships, pouring into your relationships. Anything you do, your calendar will tell you how you prioritize things. If you're sitting around watching 4 hours of TV today, then you're prioritizing consumption and entertainment. Too much entertainment, not so good. It's okay. I'm not saying you can't watch TV, but 4 hours a day, 7 days a week, 28 hours of watching TV. What could you do with those 28 hours? What could you do with half of those? What kind of impact could you make? Those are things you got to ask yourself. Are you scrolling TikTok videos 2 hours a day? Are you being entertained? Are you consuming? Are you creating your life? When you pour into your relationships, you're creating a better life for you. I think it was Tony Robbins said, the quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. So if you don't want to get to the end of your life with one or two friends, but you want to get to the end of your life with lots of quality relationships, you got to prioritize it. You got to put time on your calendar to invest in your relationships. It's like a deposit. You keep depositing into people, then when you need a withdrawal, you have relationship collateral. If you're always taking, then when you need to withdraw, there's nothing there. So it takes time. It takes a priority of you saying, my relationships matter. My relationships matter. Right there. There it is. Relationships Matter podcast. Thursdays. Dang. Okay, let me go back to this. Okay. Hold on here, Nelly. Okay, there we go. All right. So the last ring is going to be industry leaders. Industry leaders. Why don't we put that on there? If you're leveling up your peer group, you always want to be getting better. If you stay the same, you'll notice the people that are on the move, they are always have newer relationships, stretching, because your thinking, your critical thinking can be around people that are the leaders in an industry. So when you look at, let's just say Derek Easterly, maybe that's a person that you want to invest in, meaning not that you're going to come and take something, but what you want to do something for that person. Call them up. Hey, Derek, what do you need? Well, I need more participation in my city. I need you to show up at the meetings and care. I need you to volunteer and be a part of making Kennesaw the best. I need you, whatever it is. But if you're asking those questions, who would you love to meet? I want to meet the mayor of Eckworth. And I know he knows him. But hey, maybe it's another person that he needs to meet and you know him and you can do the introduction. Add value to people. But your industry leaders are your people like, you're a little scared to call. And fear is really telling you something that you need to do it. Because if you're fearful of something, it's because you're fearful of growing. Growing, being comfortable never creates growth. Getting out of your comfort zone does. So write down, what do you need to do today to get out of your comfort zone? Always be pushing, always be challenging yourself. Because if you do, you'll grow. When you grow, you're excited. When you're excited, you love life. You wake up, you can't wait to wake up and get started. I get up, except this morning, which I was 15 minutes late for my 5 o'clock call with Trexa. Because I got 8 hours sleep last night. I'm raring to go. I average 6 hours and 31 minutes. Am I a little bit OCD? Yes. Little eccentric? Yes. Do I? It's a different podcast for a different story. Let me stay focused. But here's the thing. Your sleep matters because your energy matters. And your relationships, having the time to invest in building your relationships by having this training, by understanding that you're just going to first pour into your family, then your close friends, then your coworkers. then your clients, then your coworkers, then your industry leaders. So there's 5 in that circle. The questions, and you can make up your own questions too. This is just giving you a guideline. Now, the last piece, I want to give you the last tip, is when you look at this last rating, that red on the screen, there is 10 categories. Now, I have to admit, I haven't gotten to that level, but I will, because I'm going to practice it more next year. So happiness, healthier, worldly, empowered, faithful. You want to rate people in those areas. Do you want to be a happier person? Maybe you want to be around happier people. You want to be a healthier person? Maybe hang out with healthier people. You want to be a worldly person? Hang out with people that are worldly. And if you're intentional about rating, maybe one person is healthy, but they're not too happy. So whenever you call them, they're complaining. Okay? Rate that person. So you're not leaning into that person for happiness, but maybe health. Yes, because they're healthy, but they're not happy. So when you rate them, you give your brain, you give yourself a way. We always like to rate things. It's just the way we're wound. Fulfilled, skilled, enriched, connected, and galvanized. So those are the 10 areas that you can see on the screen. And those areas are intended to help you keep leveling up. You want to be happier? Hang out with people that are 10 with happiness. You want to be healthier? The ones that you've rated. And you can do this in your journal. You got a pen? You got a pad? I mean, $5 from Amazon. $5, literally. No, I think it's 6. But it's very inexpensive. And you get this journal right here. This one right here. It's got, I don't know how many pages in it, but it's a great journal. That one lasts. Then I have this journal. This one's a bigger journal that I keep on my desk. I don't carry this one around. It's bigger. But I do carry this one around. So I have that. I have a digital journal on Growth Day. So I'm always trying to reflect, to ask myself, how can I get better? A common thing that I like to do, and this is not in the training, common thing is like when I'm journaling, I like to journal what I learned from yesterday, what ideas I'm working on, and what I'm excited about that day. Now, I'm taking it. Some people that do a lot of journaling have heard of the bullet journal, and I'm trying to think if I have that book up here. I don't. Okay, but it's a more advanced. I do know this one. This one. I better not put it because he's not on Amazon anymore. My partner Jeff Bourgeois wrote this one. What the heck? There it is. But it's very, very high level. That's really indexing things, your future log, your monthly log, just different things that you can get to your index. Like you're putting the pages that you're writing about that specific thing. So your brain is always working on things, but you can find it quickly and then you can expand on it. So that's one of the reasons that when you're rating on these 10, have a section in there for relationships and start rating them so you can get better. Hang around people that are happier. Hang around people that are healthier. Know which ones to hang out with. So you have your circles. Let's recap. Okay. So your circle, okay, is you in the middle, family, close friends, clients, coworkers, industry leaders. There's your 5 circles. Then your questions, and I'm not going to read them, but your questions are there. Starts with, what do you need? What do you need? You're pouring in, you're asking, what do you need? And then you look at your 10 areas. You look at happiness, healthier, worldly, empowered, faithful, fulfilled, skilled, enriched, connected, and galvanized. Those are the 10 areas. Rate them 1 through 10. You do this when you get to the end of your life, and everybody's going to get there. Sometimes we get there sooner than we want, but relationships matter. Relationships matter. So every Thursday, tell your friends, you want to build more relationships? Show up on Thursday. Get some ideas. Get some ways that you can lean in to having more meaningful relationships. Quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. So now it's time to give you something. Okay. All right. So you go to pkane.me/level up. Now, I'm going to put a QR code up right there. So scan that QR code. It'll go and it'll charge you $97. Now, if you want to invest in yourself and you want to put that towards half of what we get, we put towards impact, charities, communities, growing Rotary, growing our vets, growing addiction therapy, and our youth. So we want to pour in to our community because relationships matter. So scan that now. Use the word podcast. When you use that word in the promotion code, what's going to happen? The $97 goes to free, a gift to you. It's going to go to you. So you want a gift for the holiday seasons? You want a gift of learning, leveling up your peer group, having more quality relationships and pouring into it and prioritizing it? Take the course. Go to pkane.me/level up and share this with people you know. You want to help people with their relationships? Share this every Thursday. Every Thursday, relationships matter. There'll be either people doing a podcast on that day. There'll be people that'll be a guest on the podcast. Or if I don't have a guest, I will come up with some teaching that I will do to help you make your relationships better. Because leveling up your peer group will make sure when you get to the end of your life, it's not just one or two friends. It's many, many, many. So, all right. Thank you so much. Share this with somebody you think could benefit. So here's the QR code. Scan it. Or you can go to pkane.me, level up. But I hope this was beneficial. I hope you can learn to have better quality relationships, have meaningful, because when you look at the 5 human drives, connection is the third one. And having relationships and connection with people in a more meaningful way will give you a richer life. Okay, so be bold, make an impact.